All right, so this is season 5, episode 201. We're gonna be talking with Shaun and Rachel Hayden. Welcome everybody and happy New Year. Hopefully, because everything is new this year, I will be able to make sure that this does stream correctly, and it looks like it is streaming correctly to our YouTube channel. So welcome to clearproptv.com. This is part of the nonprofit Run Into the Sky Paramotor Podcast, Season 5. My goodness, time really flies like paramotor pilots. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody. Well, obviously, I'm Shaun Simons, also known as PPG Grandpa. I host this. I'm the executive director of Run Into the Sky nonprofit. We recently acquired Paramotor Arkansas Flight School as part of our nonprofit. So we'll be talking more about that later. And let's go ahead and move over. I hope I'm pointing in the correct direction to our very own Kevin Houston, which is now our president of our nonprofit Runs This Guy. Welcome, Kevin. So glad that you're here. And thank you, Mr. President, for being voted in as the new president. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Good to be here. Good to see you, man. So you've been flying for a little bit. How many flights you got in, and when are you coming back here to do some more flying?
I've got two flights in, and hopefully, weather dependent, be back to Arkansas this coming up Sunday early in the morning. So it's about a 3 hour drive from my house. So not horrible. Get on I-40 and head west.
So hopefully we'll get here, get a lot of good flights in under your belt. And do we want to talk about that wing inspection thing, or we want to keep that quiet for a little bit?
Well, I don't know much about it yet, but I'm interested in learning how.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so Kevin is actually interested in learning how to be a wing inspector. He's going to want to look into going to school and learning how to actually be a paramotor wing inspector. So that'll be really fun for you. And being the president of a nonprofit, man, how do you get all the time to do this?
I've got to make time.
For sure. Well, Kevin, so glad that you made it here. And once again, congratulations on being the president of the nonprofit Run Into the Sky. Good to see you, buddy.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
We also got over here, hopefully, like I said, everything is correctly. I can see everybody. Am I pointing to Jim right now?
You're
Jim?
pointing to Kevin now.
Oh my
You got
gosh.
it backwards.
Whatever. So anyways, Jim, welcome to the show. You're also the owner of Care PP, which is Care Printing and Publishing, our official guy that makes the paramotor calendars. Welcome to the show and Happy New Year, buddy.
Well, thank you very much. Guess what? I'm a president too.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to say, the only guy I know that has maple syrup smelling money. There you go. I almost forgot that, man. Jeez.
There you go. There you go. Ah, cool. How's things going, everybody?
Let me check my tree real quick. It's bad.
I hope it's not on fire.
I was just thinking that. Hopefully it's not. So Jim, you've been printing out calendars, sending them out. You run Care Printing and Publishing. You fly up in Canada. Your money smells like maple syrup. Your shenanigans is over on careppg.com. What you been up to, man?
Oh man, I just doing a ton of different things. I haven't been flying too much though, unfortunately, but I've been keeping busy.
Been too cold?
Actually, it's been beautiful. El Nino it's been very little snow. I could go fly no problem. There's not enough to hinder you. And also it's been exceptionally warm. It's been like 32 all winter until today. Today is like, what is it? Minus 4 degrees, I think. So it's starting to get cold.
So there are some benefits of global warming, better winters.
You betcha. It's amazing. Last year sucked.
Oh, that's not good. Well, if you want to get a paramotor calendar, get up with Jim. How do we get up with your calendars and get a calendar from you?
Just go to paramotorcalendar.com and you can click on there and I'll send one out.
Excellent. Paramotorcalendar.com. You got to get one. If you haven't got one, you better get one. So Glad to see you here, Jim, and we'll get back with you in a moment. Hey, we got Paramount USA, ParamountUSA.com. She is our PR girl, not only for the podcast, but she also is a PR girl for the nonprofit Run to the Sky. Welcome, Linda. Glad that you're here.
Oh, thank you. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Welcome, chatters. Thank you for hanging with us tonight because it's Monday night and we missed y'all. It's been like 2 weeks now. And I'm just happy to, be back, be back to work, and it's going to be a good show. We got Shaun and lovely Rachel on our show tonight. So I'm really looking forward to that. So y'all just sit back and enjoy. And if you want to be a guest on my show, just go to Paramount USA, which takes you to my Facebook page. And yeah, and then you just PM me and say, hey, I want to be on your show. Shaun, you say it so much better than me, but yeah. So if you want to be on my show, just go to Paramount USA, take you right to my Facebook page, and just say I want to be on your show and DM me, and I'll get y'all set up.
Actually, remember your ParamountUSA.com goes to your special new page that has all of your links on it.
Yes, my special new page. Yes.
So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go to ParamountUSA.com and check out. It's pretty cool.
Okay. I'm going to make notes of that, put on a little index card. So then next time, the next time I'll be able to say it right. So whatever. So.
I'm sorry. I changed it up. It was me. It's my fault. Well, glad that you're here, Linda. Thank you so much. And we got our very own Scuba Steve, man. I like that picture in the background. You also have your own podcast on Fridays. So welcome to the show. Glad that you're here, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah,
and happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you and everybody else. Happy New Year, everybody. 2024. Looking forward to some good things and big fly-ins to go in this year, hopefully. If everything goes well. Yeah, I do a show every Friday on YouTube, 8 to 10 o'clock. Paramotordude.com will take you right over to my YouTube channel for now, if I remember to renew the website. But yeah, I talk about paramotor stuff and a lot of vaping stuff because I'm big time into that. But yeah, come check us out.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here, and definitely happy New Year. Will Fly, what's up, Will Fly? You're on mute, just so you know, because I always like to make sure you're not on mute. Welcome to the show. Glad that you're here. You can always find him at willflyppg.com. Happy New Year, buddy, and also the treasurer for the nonprofit Run to the Sky.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year. It's going to be a good year. I can feel it. 24 is my favorite number. So better be a good year.
Why is 24 your favorite number?
It just is. I mean, that's always been my favorite number, 24. Maybe I should play the lottery. What do you know?
Yeah.
It's a case of beer.
Yeah. So, you can check out my videos. I like to make paramotor videos. And if you're into corny humor and stuff about paramotors, did I miss a screenshot? I missed a screenshot.
Hey,
I
stay
got
there.
it.
Hold on. Don't go. Photo bomb, huh?
Yeah, so if you like paramotor videos, corny humor, you can check me out on YouTube. Just search for Will Fly, or you can go there direct by visiting willflyppg.com.
I love it. But it's not about us, the panel. It's not about me, the host, and all my hostess with the mostest. Tonight is all about Shaun and Rachel Hayden. Welcome, guys. I'm glad that you're on the show. You also been on the show.
He said, hold on a minute.
Back in season 3, they were back on the show, episode 124. We put that link in the show notes down below. So if you want to see the old show, you can always go there and check it out. But tonight, it's a new show, season 5, episode 201. And we're waiting for them to do whatever they're going to do. So we're trying to continue the talk, since this is also an audio podcast. So if you want to watch us live, we are on YouTube, so you can watch us, or you can listen to us on paratalk.org. Welcome to the show. I see that you got a mask there, but maybe there's a lot of people that don't know Shaun and Rachel Hayden. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you get into paramotoring?
Oh, it's probably been about 10 and a half years I've been flying. just enjoy flying. I guess 10.5 years ago, I couldn't afford an airplane. I found a paramotor, cheap. Had started off in Galveston, Texas. Andy McCavin was my instructor, and just pretty much went from there. I was going to buy a power parachute at a pawn shop.
At a pawn shop?
Yeah,
Wow.
why not?
Yeah, why not? Do you remember how much they were asking for it?
It seemed like it was around $5,000 for the. It was a 2-seater and came with the wing. I went and
I've
sat
never
on.
seen a paramotor in a pawn shop. Just saying.
No, it was a power parachute originally that I sat at the pawn shop.
Okay.
And that's what got my attention. And then from there, I started getting on Google, YouTube, and all of a sudden I seen somebody up flying one of these contraptions doing flips, barrel rolls, spirals, and found out that was called a paramotor. Then I started looking around for a instructor. I didn't know you could do self-training. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. I'm picking. And so I found a local instructor, and at that time the local instructor was like 3 hours away, and so I went on the weekends, most of the time Friday through Sunday, to Galveston, Texas, and that's just where I learned how to fly it. And I think 7 weekends of that, I finally got to take it home and went off on my own. But I guess it was on the 3rd weekend of training, I would say maybe, that I soloed. But I learned really quick flying at a beach and flying inland, especially in the summertime, getting up too early in the afternoon. It was a big difference. Matter of fact, my very first flight inland was at our local airport, and it's a bunch of surrounded by trees. Oakdale's covered with trees. It's woods everywhere. And if you're up in the sky, you're looking down, you'll see the airport. It's pretty obvious. And that's where I did my very first flight inland. And our local DA, district attorney, he just landed, and he's in like I don't know, a Bonanza or something. He's like, man, it's rough up there. He's in an airplane. He just told me how rough it was,
Wow.
And I remember my instructor making a statement once: if you can't kite it, don't fly it. Talk about the wing,
Right.
And I was on the ground, trying to kite that wing, and rotor from the trees, it was windy, it was gusty. I could not kite that thing for nothing. It was enough wind that I could have did a reverse, but it was all over the place. I couldn't keep it there. So finally I said, look here, I'm just going to go for it. And I did a power for it. Well, not a power for it, but I did a forward launch. And everything went south. Matter of fact, I told myself once I got up in the sky, because I got tossed around, up, down. I don't know. It was bad. When I went downwind, I don't know how fast I was going, but I was praying, asking God to put my feet back on the ground. I remember turning back into the wind because I was coming in, I was wanting to land. I was really wanting back on the ground. It was rough. And when I turned into the wind, I guess between thermals, the high winds, the gusts, it hit me so hard. It just grabbed me and jerked me backwards. My wife was on the ground. She was filming. She said she started praying because she seen me get jerked backwards. And I told God, I said, look here, I don't know who believes in God or what, but I told God, I said, if you get my feet back on the ground, I will sell this thing. I lied. I call my instructor up. I call Andy up, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Because that didn't feel like nothing that I flew at the beach, And he asked what time it was, and it was like 3:30 in the middle of the summertime. Pretty much I had everything going against me on that first flight inland, but I learned a lot from that flight. And I don't know, it was me and Matt Milliard. And then Kyle O'Glee, to my knowledge, was the first ones in Louisiana, flying these paramotors. So Andy McCavin, he did my beach training, and I guess being inland, it was it was new to me, you know, and Matt Maynard, his Lafayette, he's 1 hour from me, and called him up. He came from Florida, and he was in for the holidays, I think around Thanksgiving or something like that, maybe Christmas. We met up, and he started helping me a little bit, you know, doing some inland, you know, training, and I don't know, it just went from there. And I don't know, Louisiana, we probably got 150 plus pilots. We used to keep count. It might be on the Louisiana Paramotor Forum somewhere, but yeah, it just started off with 2 or 3 of us here. But what I was getting at, I didn't have anybody to fly with, you know.
Yeah.
And now the sport has grown so much, you know, you don't have to look very far. So there's a lot that I learned on my own, other than what Matt, you know, helped me out, you know, here and there. So I had a lot of battles, a lot of broken props, you know, a lot of engine outs. I had a very rough start to this sport. You know, after I learned how to fly and I got comfortable with it, we took a 2-week vacation to Florida. My very first flight at the beach in Florida, my motor blew up on me.
Oh no.
You know, so, yeah, you know, so it was a HE 120. Y'all recognize that motor?
Yeah, HEs are pretty good, but how old was it?
Well, I could get into the story on this motor and I would rub somebody raw. Well, the
Well,
motor,
I know that the new HE motors are really good. I really like the new HEs.
yeah, but this was 10.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And the motor that I took home with me is not the motor that I put a deposit on, you know. And when I did matter of fact, my very first flight at the beach, my very first flight ever on a paramotor, I had an engine out, you know. And after all the training and stuff like that, I looked at the instructor. I'm like, so when am I going to get my paramotor? He's like, that is your paramotor. No, it's not. The one that I bought had a red gearbox. You know, this one's black. This is not the one that I paid an extra $500 for, you know. And anyway, I had a rough ride, you know, so we had a falling out with that stuff. We're good today. I never talked to him, but when I do see him, we're still speaking and stuff. But the paramotor that I took home was not the one I put a deposit on. I had an engine out my very first flight there. I took it home, you know, took it to the beach in Florida, had an engine out, blew the motor up, you know, had to get a new piston ring, cylinders, you know. I had a very rough start. And I'm still flying today, you know, so obviously I enjoy, what do you call this, a sport, hobby?
Sport, hobby, yeah, both, I guess.
Either, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I guess even with all that, a lot of people probably would have quit, gave up on flying. And if anybody knows me, if I get knocked down, you know, that just entices me to get back up and come back with a vengeance, you know. And so all the times I've been knocked down and had battles, you know, having a rough start, I just never gave up. I kept pursuing. And today, I can't tell you the last time I had a broke prop. I can't tell you the last time I crashed or, well, yeah, I can.
Uh-oh. So since we started on that one, so you haven't crashed, you haven't broken a prop in a long time, but we had a mishap earlier. So what was the mishap? What happened? And I guess we can go into that.
Well, I got a lot of experience, you know. I know how much fuel to put in my paramotor. You know, I know if I take off at a certain time in the evening, what time I need to be on the ground. You know, I sort of have a routine, you know. And this particular day, if anybody knows me, I fly with that Grinch costume. I've never seen it happen before. And I done it. And I guess one of the first times I done it, it just started spreading on social media. And before you knew it, it was at the local news in Lake Charles. And then they contacted me. They came to my house and did some interviewing. And Alexandra, north of us, they got a hold of it. They contacted me, you know. And then, I don't know, all the local. Huh?
Exact
Why dad's went out? No, my dad right down the road lost power. We didn't.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I heard
So what-
Sean's an electrician though. He just don't use
Yeah,
lap.
I'm an electrician. Yeah.
Knows how to put it out, but he don't know how to put it back on.
Okay.
So what's going on over there? You said you're underneath a tornado watch or warning.
That's why I darted out a while ago. We got an oak tree on the front and back side of my house, and I heard a bunch of limbs landed on my roof. And I walked outside. Our rocking chairs on the front porch was flipped upside down. Yeah, it got pretty rough out there. But anyway, where was I at? Yeah, with the Grinch. It just got on social media and stuff. Got a lot of attention, and our local people here at home, they seen it, and they started inviting me, like the nursing home. We go to the nursing home. You know, it's a bunch of just older folks, and a lot of people that's at the nursing home. A lot of them don't have very much family. You know, we got invited to go to the nursing home in our Grinch outfit. Rachel, she dresses as an elf, got her little ears. So anyway, we go up there and have some fun with them, you know, put some smiles on their face. And we've been to actually to several different nursing homes. Different towns will reach out to us. Schools reach out to us. We did, yeah, Christmas parties. We even bashed Christmas parties with the great Grinch outfit, you know. But we made our rounds with it. We go to different parades, you know, either on our scooters, or somewhat flying around. I ain't gonna get too much on that because it can get illegal. But flying at parades. But yeah, so a lot of people knows me for flying the Grinch, and people reach out and ask, well, when am I flying next? Where am I flying? You know, and I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I put out a notice that I was gonna be flying around my move, Vidrine, Ville Platte area along Highway 10. And I took off work early. I really didn't have plans to fly. This is on Monday, I believe. Yeah. I really didn't have plans to fly as the Grinch. I sort of threw it together this day. You know, I knew a lot of people have been after me to fly. I was on a job. I've been pushing it, trying to get through. I do a lot of, not just roofing, I do custom showers. I do bathroom remodel, kitchen remodels and things like that. And I'm on a job. These people are pushing for me to get done. And I was pretty committed to it. And at the same time, this is December, the time I'm supposed to be flying. And I seen the weather forecast. It looked good for that evening. And I said, heck with it. You know, I'm going to shut down a little early and go fly. But by the time I took off, I knew I had to get home. I bought some new LED lights to put on my paramotor. I knew I had to rush and put them on. I had to load my gear up. I had to get the Grinch outfit out. Just a lot of little things, you know, I had to do. So I was in a rush. I should have took off work earlier. And as I was putting on the lights and stuff like that on the cage, and I'm looking at what time it was. I knew what time sunset was. Sunset was, I think, was 5:20. And I knew I had a 25-minute drive just to get out to the field, to the LZ. And I knew I was really pushing for time. And I knew I had fuel in my paramotor, and also knew I had some in the trailer inside the jug. And I just looked at it, glanced.
I think we got some pictures of you in the Grinch and you flying around. Are you able to get that will fly up on here to show the
Sure can. Let me pull up I'm gonna pull up the pictures here first that I got.
because I just opened them up also if you want me to share them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gotta open it up, screen, share. All right, are you able to see this? So I see you up there flying, right?
Yep, that's in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay. Got
Yep.
some really good Insta 360 pictures.
Mhm.
Oh, that looks cool. Foot drag in the water. I love the shoes. That's really awesome.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That looks like it's really fun. Oh, the Grinch cares. The Grinch's heart's grown 3 sizes, it looks like. It looks like everyone loves you.
Oh yeah, they still love me. They love me more, I think. Who's that?
Looks like you're just having so much fun. I love the shoes. I want shoes like that. Oh, what is this? Is this
Been a limousine. We do
limo?
we do a toy drive. Which here I just sent another one on there. We do a toy drive. It's a benefit of Buffalo Wild Wings. It's a big shot there in Lake Charles. Michael Boyer. He owns several limousines, and we go around and handing out presents and stuff to the needy, more poor community.
You look like you do a lot for the community. That's really awesome.
I tell you what, in December, doing all this, I really wasn't looking forward to it. Last year, I really got wore out. Everybody's wanting the Grinch, and the Grinch can't be everywhere.
Right.
And you don't realize, I guess, how many people are like, "Hey, can you fly over my house?" No, I can't fly over your house. Let's go put a destination down. If you want to see the Grinch fly, then why don't you come out along with a bunch of other people, come out to wherever I say I want to be at, And
that looks kind of scary, you upside down looking at your wing like that.
yeah, I was inspecting it, No, so this right here, now see this picture right here?
Uh-huh.
I've never done a barrel roll before in my Grinch outfit. Now, remember me telling you a while ago, when I get knocked down, I come back with a vengeance.
Right.
It entices me to. If I get knocked down, I'm gonna do everything I can to get back up. I raced dirt bikes all my life, and I've got back on my dirt bike with broke ribs, a cracked femur, just a bull. Just I don't like staying knocked down. Well, that picture you had a while ago of me doing a barrel roll, I'd never done a barrel roll before in a Grinch outfit. I'd done this the next day after I had that incident. I hadn't named it yet, but after I had that incident, this was 2 days later. And like I said, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I've never done a barrel roll. And I just took off. I went straight into the air. And as soon as I got high enough, I hit a barrel roll with my Grinch outfit. I had to get past that. Some people get knocked down, and it takes them a while to get back in the saddle between the fear and whatever, Well, that was my comeback right there. As soon as I got up, I knew I had to do something to break the ice, to get back in my comfort zone. So as soon as I got up, that's what I done,
I want to play that song. I get knocked down, I get back up again.
Yeah.
But I don't have that queued up. And
what? That's a Hadron 3 that you're flying?
That was that one there is the Hadron XX 20 meter.
Oh, okay.
I prefer that over the one you named, but that's just my preference.
From the pics I saw, I would call it the Grinch in a cinch. I'm just saying.
So the wing that I had the incident was I flew this particular wing, the red one, because it was red and it sort of fit, the Grinch outfit, the Christmas, theme. And it was a Piper, ITV Piper. That's the one that.
I know somebody flies a Piper. Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I looking at right now?
Will that play?
Yeah, but what am I looking at? What's going on here?
So remember a while ago I talked about I was checking my fuel out, and I knew I had fuel, and I knew I was going to be probably close, but I was pushing for time, and I didn't really want to stop by the gas station to get more fuel, and that would have took more time. So I just played it out. I got to the LZ, and with what time it was, when I filled up with every bit of gas that I had, I was probably, there's a line on my jug, on my paramotor in the fuel jug, and I was probably about 1 inch shy of where I normally put my fuel to go flying. So I knew I was limited on my flying because of the fact that I don't have the fuel that I normally fly with. And so I knew if I flew to sunset, I was probably going to be empty, because normally when I land, I have about 1 inch or 2 of fuel left.
Uh-huh.
And well, at this point right here, I done got a big crowd. I had a lot of people on the highway. They came out there knowing the Grinch was flying, and I had a lot of people on the highway, and they wanted to see me fly. I had my LED lights going. It's getting a lot of attention. I'm flying over crawfish ponds, rice fields. And now, if you stop it right there, you'll probably see I just hit a power line. But if you look along the road right there, you see another set of power lines. Well, what led up to this, it's my fault. Naturally, I ran out of fuel is what happened. I ran out of fuel, but I could not time it. It couldn't be a worse timing. If I would have had another tablespoon of gas, that would have got me over the power line that I just hit. You know, I mean, if I just would have had one more trigger of, but I got myself cornered. Had a lot of people down there. I'm already telling everybody bye. You know, I'm waving at them. I'm hollering. I knew I had to get back. I knew I had to be low on fuel, but I didn't think it was going to be that low. And I came in to a little intersection with power lines. My intentions were to go to that area, but I was going to power up my motor and just do a big wing over and whip it around, you know, so I could get out of that predicament, you know, out of that corner where I was putting myself. I was just getting a little closer to them so they could see the Grinch a little bit closer, so they can hear me tell them bye. And as I was gliding down toward them, right before I went to give it gas so I could power up to whip it around, my motor it shook one time and it went off. Now at this time, normally if I would have gassed on it, the power would have kept my altitude. You know, I would have got in, got out, got away. You know, everything would have been legal because I wouldn't have flew over anybody. You know, I wouldn't have flew over the highway, and I would have got out of there. A lot of people are seeing a 4-second clip, you know, right here. They really don't understand what was taking place. But my intentions were to go toward them, tell them bye, whip it around, get out of there, and go back to the van.
That was the best backflip I've ever seen on a paramotor.
Yeah, I planned that.
Yeah, I was going to ask how'd that work out for you?
Yeah, I'm still here, done it like a pro. But what happened? So if I would have banked hard to the right like I had intended, without the power, what do? You descend, you know. And if I would have banked to the right, there's people down there, and I did not want to plow into the people. I wasn't about to hurt somebody else, and you got to, I guess, comprehend maybe this happened so spontaneous. First of all, I wasn't aware that my motor was about to die, you know, at the worst time and for it to happen. I had like just a split decision what to do. I had no time to think about it. I couldn't push pause and look around at all my obstacles. You know, I had to make a split decision on what to do. And I knew people was down there to the right, and I was not about to plow into them, you know, and I knew the power line was to the left. And when I was going that direction toward the power line, I was trying to keep my wing as flat as possible as I turned. I couldn't go straight. I was too low. There was another power line and trees right there. I could not go straight. I couldn't go to the right anymore. I had to turn left. And if I would have turned left really hard, I probably would have got slung around into the power line that way. I was hoping to keep my glide. You know, I was trying not to turn too hard. I was trying to keep the wing just as flat as possible, trying to keep my lift just to ease over the top of that power line. So there's
plenty of gas in that picture. Just
thank you. And so there's 4 lines going across right there. I was told it's three phase. Help me out here. I got a brain fart right now. 3 phase, but they said like 14,000 volts. Anyway, there's 4 wires going across right there. The first one I actually did clear across the very first power line, but somewhere between the second, third, and fourth one, I actually landed on top of them. And obviously I went through the power lines because my wing got hung on it. And when it did, that's what caused me to cut a flip. And when I hit the power line, I heard it go, roar, you know, I felt the jolt and all. They went through both of my legs. Come up, I knew right then I was dead. Or I just knew that was probably what was about to happen. It all happened so quickly. There was no fear. I didn't have no time to think about what took place, so it was no time for even fear to set in. But I did. I felt the voltage come through both of my legs, and Clico, they told me the only thing probably saved me, the electricity is going to pass through you. And obviously, I wasn't the last thing that was touching the wires. If I was the last thing touching the wires, then it would have came through my legs and came out my hands or whatever was the last thing touching. And that's where it probably would have blew my hands up or something like that. But the way that I flipped, my cage obviously was still making contact with a wire. So it passed through me and it exited through the cage instead of exiting through me. And that's what the reason why I'm still here today in a healthy, conditions. Now I will say that I was bruised. My body felt bruised for several days afterwards, especially my legs. I guess from that jolt of electricity. But and I remember though when I hit the lines, I do recall doing the flip, and I landed into the wing, which we would call gift wrap, And at that point, I can't see nothing. All I knew, I was inside the wing, and I remember balling up, like in a fetal position. I just knew I was about to hit that asphalt. To me, that's what I thought was going to happen. I just balled up like that, expecting to make a hard impact. And next thing I knew, I was sitting there bouncing, and that's from hanging in the power lines. And so unfortunately, yes, I hit a power line. I'm still alive. I'm not hurt. 2 days later, I was back flying. I did shut the highway down for a good hour and a half. We had state troopers there, we had sheriffs there, we had first responders there, we had the local cops there, we had the fire department there, we had the ambulance there, you name them. And I don't know how far that line, Clico, the electricians were there, but nobody would touch me, until Clico, that's our power source, Clico here in Louisiana or in Allen Parish. But so Clico had to get there. Remember I said I did not hit the very first power line? So that one I didn't trip it. And so it was still hot. And with it being hot, nobody would touch me. And we had to wait about an hour for Clico to get there to kill the power.
An hour? You was wow. So you was hanging for a while.
And you know what sucked? I had a line, these lines on the wing is very thin, they small. And I got these freaking long shoes on, they hard to get on, they harder to get off. And I was wanting to get that shoe off so bad because I could get my finger, I had a line wrapped around my leg. And my head was the lowest point when I was hanging in that power line.
Oh, no.
And that line was wrapped around my leg, and it was really putting a lot of tension on it. So to help relieve some of that tension, I was grabbing hold of my risers, and I kept pulling, so I could get some relief off of my leg, but also to get my head above my heart because the blood would want to rush down to my head and it'll make you get dizzy, want to pass out, right? So I kept grabbing hold of the lines, pulling up, and I had to do this for an hour, I would have died if nobody was going to help me, until Clico killed the power, And so I just kept pulling myself, and I was hanging onto the risers just to keep my head elevated and also to keep that tension of that line off of my ankle. I could put my finger through that line and I start trying to work it, trying to get it loose, and I keep trying to pull my leg out from that line. And because of that boot, I could not get it out for nothing. I asked somebody for a pocket knife. I was ready to cut it, But so after an hour hanging there, Clico got there, killed the power. Fire department, they drove their truck underneath me, and they had several guys on top of the truck, and they grabbed a hold of me and picked me up. And here comes another guy with some scissors. Yeah, they just cut all my freaking lines. So I got to send that. Don't we got a wing inspector up there somewhere?
Aspiring.
So I got to send my wing off. I got to get some new lines put on it.
I'm gonna guess it fails inspection. I'm just like
You think?
So look, I've seen someone hit the power lines flying before, but what is the actual feeling? I mean, is it like just a sudden jolt, or is
Yeah.
it?
Well, I heard the roar. I seen the lightning. If you play that video like in slow motion and actually watch the lightning or the shock, the wave or whatever, it gets really bright. And
I
it's
actually have it in slow motion.
now I don't know if the video that I sent you, 'cause I just grabbed one, but if you're able to watch it in slow motion, it stays on me pretty much during the flip. Or, but yeah, but anyway, they cut my lines and they got me down, and it warped my frame. I thought my frame was going to be demolished, but I actually had the parts at the house. I had a lot of parts that was that Michael Holiday had, Power to Fly. That's what that was, a Power to Fly RS titanium frame. And I had parts at the house. I was able to fix it. And
That's the Titan. Is
yeah,
it the?
this is Michael Holiday's. Remember, he had cancer and he was down for a while, and they come together and they built him a trike to get him back in the air. So I flew all the way up to Kansas, and I helped Michael get his very first flight in after he was defeated cancer. And he cried like a baby when he landed. He's so happy that he thought he was never going to get to fly again after them doing that surgery and cutting that cancer and stuff out of his back. But I went up to Kansas and got him in the air, and like I said, he cried like a baby, and he flew with a trike, and he flew it for a while, but his conditions kept getting better and better.
So that last one was slow motion.
You can actually play it. Well, I can't on my phone. I don't know.
Are you all seeing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well, you're
wing's
fortunate, I
deceiving
don't-
because the wing drops down. It looks like he's gonna fall, but it's just where it goes over the top.
Oh yeah, the wing goes under him.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
You were pretty close there. Tanner,
Go back there. Look what was coming my way. You see that truck? What's right? See it?
Oh, right here, the one with the brakes on.
No, watch to the left.
Let me go
Play
back.
a little bit more. A little bit further.
Oh
See
yeah. Yeah.
So here's what I thought. You know how you go back and you start thinking about what would I have done differently? I don't know if I would have had a better outcome if I would have done what I'm thinking. So as I was coming down on top of the power lines, if you pull both brakes, you could balloon.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting there wondering if I pulled both brakes, that would have got me over the power lines. But
And
what happens when you balloon? What happens next?
Yeah, you go back down right into that truck.
Yes. Or even at that altitude, I would have came down and hit the asphalt, or if the truck wasn't there, I just don't know if it would have been a better outcome if I had done that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't second guess at this point. I mean,
Well, no, because I'm perfectly healthy right now.
I think that streamer saved you. That's what it is.
yeah.
Yeah, so that streamer didn't come down, because if it would have came down, it could have arced all the way back up. Is that?
I
it
don't
would've-
think that streamer's
I wouldn't
conductor.
think that streamer is a conductor.
Right.
But it didn't go down though, right? It got wrapped up with you.
That's probably God hanging on to it right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Could be.
Whee! Dang, man.
You know what that
Close
was?
odds with power lines, but that had to be like, I don't know, super.
So they had a guy who was, from my understanding, I might twist the story up, so I'm not going to bank on it, but I don't know if it was last year or when it was, up there at Sturgis. Is it South Dakota? They had a guy hit a power line, from what I was told, up that way. And they said that it blew his hands off, or if it didn't blow him off, it was bad enough where they had to cut his hands off.
Ah,
yeah, that's
Wow.
Tanner. Tanner lost his hands.
Was that from a power line?
Yeah, he flew into the power line.
Oh
Was that
no.
was that in South Dakota?
I believe
It was at
so.
Sturgis, from what my understanding, what took place. Yeah.
Hmm.
Then they had another guy. Well, there's been several. I know probably got killed from landing in the power lines. You know, there's stories that take place in our sport that don't even really get out. What
On
was
a positive note, Tanner is drifting cars. He's back at
Oh, yeah?
having
There you go.
fun without hands.
Without hands?
Well, Craig B asked a question which has already been answered. It says, "Are you still going flying?" He already said he went flying 2 days after this accident. So the one I'm wondering about is what Tony, he said, "Did you get fined for anything?"
So, you know, I talked to the amulets. I declined. I had to sign off declining, you know, any kind of. I didn't need them to assist to check evaluate me. You know,
Right.
so there was nothing to do, even though they was there. There was no bill with the ambulance. The first responders, the fire department, you know, all those guys there. That's our tax dollars at work. You know, I pay my taxes, so I guess I paid them that way. But no, all those guys over there with the fire department, they was on my side. You know, they was all checking in on me. You know, they gave me invites to go to their Christmas party. You know, with the Grinch outfit. You know,
Cool.
so no, they didn't bill me. This I started filling out some paperwork with the sheriff department, and in the middle of it, he just walked off. It was computerized, like tablet or whatever, and he never came back to me. I never heard anything back from them. You know, so there was nothing from. No, I never got a fine from anyone. So I know the next question is going to be FAA. You know, obviously this right here. At first, I was somewhat embarrassed in some sense, not completely, but in some sense. I was not going to tell anybody, you know, especially in the paramotor community. This is my thought originally, okay? Because
Right.
I don't want to get hounded in the paramotor community. That's the last people, you know, that I want to find out, you know. And look here, from the time that I loaded up my paramotor and I make a 25-minute drive home, just in that time frame, I'm getting phone calls after phone calls. You know, even my pastor from my church, he called. He said, "Was that you?" I'm like, "What you talking about?" You know, it's already some of the people that was there that seen it. Matter of fact, that video that y'all keep playing right there, it came from a bystander. You know, somebody that was there. That video got out, and it done started going crazy on social media. You know, and I wasn't even aware of that. You know, my
Wow.
brother, from what I was told, he was at the house crying because somebody told him that I landed in the power lines, that I might not make it. You know,
What?
so rumors started getting around really fast, you know.
Wow.
And if you read some of the media, some of the reporters, a lot of those reporters didn't even talk to me. And like this one reporter wrote that I was hanging in a power line over an hour getting electrocuted.
Oh no.
You know, look, if I got electrocuted for an hour, I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be toast. I'm gonna be black. I'm gonna be burnt, fried. You know, so there's a bunch of rumors that got out that wasn't true. Uh, I guess that's just people's looking for news. They're looking for attention, a report to write. Maybe I don't know, but it's got a lot of reviews. I know just overnight on one channel on TikTok, just overnight it had 100-something thousand views. Then the next very day it got taken down, and I don't know if it was because TikTok didn't know if I got killed or got hurt. I don't know if that was the reason. But now if you pull it up, like on ABC News, I think it is, it's got what 2.5 million views on it. It's a bunch of different channels out there that's got a lot of views. It sort of went, I guess, viral in some sense.
Wow.
But back to the FAA, yeah. It wasn't the next day. I don't think it was the next day. It could have been, but I'm thinking it was the day after, 2 days later. The FAA called, and I spoke to the gentleman, and I told him exactly what took place, how it took place, and that wasn't his biggest concern. I only stayed on the phone with him. I think I went back and looked at the time. I think it was 12 minutes, that was it. And he understood where I was at. He didn't harass me, on it. But he was more concerned. He got on my Facebook. And I know when I fly like over the parades, I keep it legit where if I have an engine out, I still have a way out.
Right.
But at the same token, I know it's illegal. So most people that don't fly don't know anything about the rules, and all they see a Grinch flying. It looks fun. Everybody's inviting you. Different mayors are calling me, come fly over my parade. We think it's cool, and I know it's illegal, flying over these things in over a populated, congested area. I get that. So I do take responsibility of that. And I knew the risk versus reward, and I gambled on it, and nothing ever happened flying over. I flew over different parades, and everything's always turned out really nice. But flying over the power line is what got the FAA's attention. I never got turned in, never got reported by anybody, but that got their attention, and they got on my Flying Grinch page or on my personal page, and they see me flying over the Christmas parades, and they talked more about that than they did about me hitting the power line. So no, I never. So back to the incident, did I ever get fined? No. Well, hold on. I did get something in the mail today from the FAA.
Really?
But they did tell me they was just going to mail me some paperwork, showing the rules, guidelines. I don't think at that time that he knew that I was a instructor. I have my instructor rating because I do a lot of tandems. And to do tandems, you're supposed to be an instructor, because when you do tandems, it's for instructional purposes.
Right.
In order to do tandems, you got to be an instructor in order to give. Anyway, so yes, I do got my tandem exemption, through the USPPA and also through the ASC, and so naturally to do any of that, you're going to take tests, and in those tests it talks about FAR 103, and so naturally I know the rules. I know what the law is, I guess you would say. So I knew what I was doing was illegal. But talking to the FAA, I don't think at that time they knew that I was an instructor, that I've taken these courses, that I really truly do know the rules. So no, he just sent me in the mail some paperwork outlining the rules. And so I was at the airport the other day, and so I own an airplane. It's a 2-seater experimental, and I'm going through training, to fly. That's what I'm getting my pilot license in. Well, my instructor, he said, "Hey, you do know the FAA called me." As a student pilot, everything's registered, through, I guess, the FAA or whatever. They get their hands on all that. And when they pulled up my record, they obviously saying that Gus was my instructor, and they called him. And so Gus called me to the side, and he told me about the conversation he had with the FAA. Matter of fact, we're going to do a follow-up visit and go through, I guess, what took place. I'm talking about me and my instructor, with what took place with the power line incident, and I guess the FAA asked him to go over the rules and guidelines with me, so I still got to do that with my instructor, but no, I never got fined, punished. I just got a slap, I guess, on the wrist, in some sense. Really not even that. They was really nice on the phone. They never did hound me, But so yeah, I'm still flying. 2 days later, I got back up flying. I've done a lot of flights. That one that y'all see at the lake. Now, I want you guys to understand. When y'all see me foot dragging these waters, I know how to swim. But I tell you right now, that is my worst fear, is drowning with a paramotor.
Yeah.
So if anybody sees me foot dragging, first of all, I got bystanders around. I do have flotation devices, but I'm flying and I'm foot dragging as if I don't have a flotation device because I can't tell you that thing is going to work, you know.
Right.
And so where I am foot dragging, the waters I can stand up in. You might not know that, you might not see that, but I'm telling you right now, look here, I'm fixing to break the ice on something right here. This has not been talked about. And then I guess hopefully they don't come back on me. Woody Hayes, y'all know Woody Hayes.
Yes.
How did he die?
Heart attack.
That was the story. You know what we just found out?
What?
It ain't been that long ago. See, originally we thought, yeah, he drowned. And then Britton Shaw was the first one found out. Britton called me immediately because they was looking for his family. And they was trying to make contact with his family. So Britton knew that I was friends with Woody, and we was trying to contact his boys and stuff like that. And anyway, I let a couple of people know that I was close with that Woody passed. And we was not sure that it was from drowning. We knew that he had heart issues. We knew his brother recently had some heart issues, you know. And after me talking to his boys and stuff, we pretty much predicted that he probably had a heart attack, you know, in the air. And then some time went by, and then I don't know if it was the doctor or whoever that did the autopsy on Woody, but the report that got back, not the official report, but a report got back. I don't know if it was Jesse, which one of his boys it was. The report was that, everything's leaning toward he had a heart attack. So I remember getting on Facebook on the Paramotor forum and stuff like that, trying to clear everybody out. Everybody was saying, "Oh, he drowned," because all they knew, they found him in a pond, you know. But after talking to his boys and stuff, and the report was that he had a heart attack in flight. So that's what we all leaned toward. You know, that we honestly thought that's what happened. We was really hoping that's what happened.
Right.
The autopsy report just came back, and he did drown. It was not a heart attack. So okay, I don't know. I'm probably gonna get myself in trouble here. I don't know. I don't know if I should say it or not. You know how you don't supposed to drink and drive?
Right.
He was drunk. Yeah, I got it in the paperwork or whatever, what his blood alcohol level was. But not only was he didn't have flotation device, but yeah, he didn't have a heart attack. He was drunk and landed in a pond, and he had half of his buckles undone. He couldn't get out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I have a fear of drowning with that paramotor on my back. So when y'all see me flying over these ponds and stuff, around here in Louisiana, we got crawfish ponds, rice fields everywhere. It's not even knee deep. You know, I love flying over these things, you know. But when y'all see me like in those pictures flying in Lake Charles on the lake, that's not out in the middle of the lake where deep water is. These are shallow waters right there nearby. You know, if I did go in the water, people could get to me. But at the same time, it's water I can stand up in, you know. And I do have flotation devices. And I actually told myself I wasn't going to fly in Lake Charles. After Woody passed, the fear of drowning hit me so hard, I really didn't want to go back and fly in Lake Charles. Even though a lot of people show up and they want me to fly there, I really had no interest of doing it. But I got so many messages and stuff like that. Hey, are you coming back to Lake Charles? We miss you. We want you, you know. And look here, we had a great turnout. When I did choose to go fly Lake Charles this past Christmas, I can't tell them in 2 weeks that on December the 20th, I'm going to fly Lake Charles. We don't know what the weather's going to be like December the 20th, you know? And so I would put notice out, you know, a time frame on what day that I might go, you know, as far as a time frame, but it depends on weather pending. I'm going to choose the best day, you know, to go fly, you know, there in Lake Charles, and then I would post what day I'm going. Well, this particular week, every day sucked. Every day sucked. You know, the weather didn't look very promising at all, you know, and all of a sudden I seen in the forecast, you know, that, hey, this evening looks pretty nice, you know? And so it was after 12 o'clock, probably about 12:30 this particular day. I made a post and I told everybody that wanted to come see the Grinch fly in Lake Charles that between 4:30 and 5:20, I was going to be flying Lake Charles. So that was a very short notice. We had a big turnout, you know, especially with a short notice like we did. But I ended up doing it because I had a lot of requests, even though I wasn't in the mood for it, honestly. The Grinch outfit, I guess, hides that, you know. After I did my flying, uh, yeah, I landed and I went and took pictures. All those pictures that you see, we had a bunch of kids and families and adults and all. You know, I stay around, you know, and take pictures with them. We always cut up. Last year, I think it was, we went to the casino. We got kicked out of the casino. You know, we was acting a fool, you know, wearing doing what the Grinch does, you know. But I don't know, we have fun with it. So back to Woody, now everybody knows, or they will be finding out, you know, what happened with him. Yep, he drowned. But matter of fact, we was what was it, yesterday? We had it. You know how you get stories pop up on your feed? You know, on Facebook or whatever, I don't know. They always popping up on our phones like 10 years ago, this took place, you know, 5 years ago. Well, obviously, Woody was around us, you know, a couple of years ago and had some pictures pop up, you know, with them. Pretty neat. Yeah. He just come down, he just spent a night at my house. They have a Coleco power plant not far from here, and he bring his truck and trailer, and I got in my shop. I have a bathroom, a bedroom, and he would stay in my shop. Sometimes he and his dog, yeah. But yeah, he was a good friend. I like Woody. Woody was a wild card. Anybody knew Woody, you know, people loved him. A lot of people loved him. There's probably some of them that didn't love him. Oh, Woody. But yeah, he was one of them that if nobody else was flying, he's going to jump up and fly just because nobody else is, you know. And he's taking down people's wind socks. You know, he tried to land on his truck before and put his foot through his windshield.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. Let's say one day he was trying to launch and the wind grabbed a hold of him pretty hard and it slammed him into a guy's truck. A wild Woody.
He
Yeah,
flew
that's
a
right.
lot. He did lots of live streams on Facebook too.
Yeah.
I'd watch him almost every single day on Facebook Live.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he was flying with me. I had a friend that he was trying to do some wing overs and he was new at it and he really didn't have very good control over his wing. You know, if you're going to do some wing overs and stuff, especially some big ones, you got to hold some outside brake pressure. You know, if you're not careful, the outside is going to come around really fast and it get ahead of itself and it could get lightly loaded and tuck.
Right.
That's what happened with this particular guy. And he went from the left to the right, left, right, and he kept tucking. He'd drop, tuck, drop, tuck, drop. And he'd done that all the way to the ground. If he would have landed on the dirt, he probably dead. He landed in the crawfish ponds. You know, he did fracture his back in 3 spots, you know. But when that took place, guess who was flying with me? Woody. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
he this was in 22. Yeah, he called me one time in video chat and he's just like, love talking to you. He called me a rodeo wild child girl.
yeah. I wonder why he said that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
It breaks my heart, but yeah.
Yeah, well, he liked his Crown and Coke, I guess you would say, you know.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
He had DM'd me a few times and yeah, he was, yeah.
yeah. So my
Um,
advice for people is, if you're gonna foot drag waters, protect yourself. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't have anybody around. You know, Woody, you know, he is in a pond. Matter of fact, if you go back to his feed, you'll probably see him flying over the same pond that he drowned in. He's always wearing his Crocs. You'll see his feet come up in the video. You know, he'll have his Crocs on. But
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, away from that, back to the Grinch.
I'm just glad that you're okay,
Yeah,
Shaun.
yeah,
I mean,
that
every
was
time I'd see that video, I was just like, oh my gosh, so
well.
that's good
It's,
that you know that it wasn't worse and nobody else got hurt and all that.
well, it's not like I had that planned.
Right. Yeah. No, things.
Considering what took place, I think my dad, I guess you would say, got aggravated, I guess in some sense with me. The way he said that it's like God gave me a second chance,
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Yeah.
because most people that I talk to, electricians and all honestly, landing on top of power lines like that and what all took place, I really should have been severely electrocuted, hurt,
Mhm.
because they said it's 14,000 volts, these lines that I hit is what they carry. And, or I should have been dead, and here it is. I'm not hurt. I'm not dead. I'm still alive. I'm still flying. And it didn't fade. It didn't scare me,
Do you think that maybe that costume might have helped save your life too? You think, because I think you would have been maybe if you wouldn't have had that costume on the way, land on those wires, that you
I
could
know
have
my,
got burned
I
really
know my
bad.
boots. I know my boots, the shoes that I wear are rubber. But where I felt the voltage come through was above that. It was more like not in my calves, but below my calves, but above my ankle area. And I've been foot dragging. My feet were soaking wet. you know, I don't know if it helped or didn't help. I know water and electricity don't mix. I know my feet was somewhat wet, for foot dragging. I don't know. I hadn't
Oh,
really, I really hadn't dwelt too much on the what ifs.
yeah.
I
So the
never.
foot dragon was prior, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah,
the,
yeah,
okay, that was all the same day. I see. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I just got
That
through.
might have saved your life too. Yeah. Yeah.
But it didn't. It really didn't scare me at all. Like I said, a couple of days later, I was back flying. Up doing barrel rolls and stuff with the costume on.
Yeah.
Flew Lake Charles on the water. I just enjoy flying, and I've had close calls before. I've been hit by
Sure.
gust front.
Well, it's just like fall off a horse, got to get back on. Just keep.
Yeah,
Keep
I
going.
got hit by a gust front before, and I got slammed, just tossed around like a rag doll. And underneath me was a 6 foot tall hurricane fence. And the first time that it like slung me around, I missed it. And I had no control of where I was going. The treetops were just all wavy, and it came in with a vengeance. Before that it was nice and calm, but it grabbed me, and I'm just hanging underneath that wing, and that wind was blowing so hard, hitting that wing, and it was just taking it and dragging it and pulling it, and there's a bunch of trees around. So I know I'm getting rotor and all that up in there too. And it was just nasty. And it was just throwing me around, and I had no control over really what was going on. I don't know. I hit that fence, and I go back and I wonder, did the fence actually save me? Because the way I was whipped and got thrown around, I come right down toward the ground. And I remember pulling hard right, trying to detour away from the fence. And I hit the fence sort of like on an angle. I didn't hit it head on. I spun and hit it, but I hit it hard enough it broke my cage. It broke my prop. My wing landed on the fence, and that wind was blowing so hard it just took off with my wing and ripped it.
Sounds like you've had a lot of really interesting trips on your paramotor. I think that we got a couple of questions. Will Fly and Scuba Steve. What's
Yeah,
going on out there?
I'm going to say there was a couple of comments. First of all, there's a bunch of them. Tony was saying that they really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. And yeah, I totally agree with that. And Angela says that she really likes your all's photos on Facebook and she likes to share them. So
Yeah. Well, thank you.
the question from Ellen Houston, it was, oh, she's talking about a report in the Memphis News, and they said you walked away from it. They were impressed by your costume and, and that you were there for the kids.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the kids, I'm telling you right now, this year I was not in the mood to put the Grinch outfit on. I really didn't want to. It was just hard for me to say no, you know.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for the kids or whatever, you know, with all the invites like to the nursing home, you know what's so strange about this?
What's that?
I could put that outfit, that costume on, and I could go to somewhere where I don't know people, like in another town, and cut up, act a fool, you know, because I'm really outside the box when I put that costume on. You know, in reality, that's not me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not the one that's going to go get in the middle of a dance floor, you know, and get attention. That's not me. But you put that Grinch outfit on me, you know, it's a different story, you know, and but it's easy to do that when I go outside away from my hometown. But when I like Elizabeth, that's not even 7 miles west of us. All those people know me personally, know me, you know, and it's hard for me because they know, okay, that's not him, that's not the Shaun that I know, you know, and so it's hard for me to put that costume on, even though the costume is on, I'm hiding behind it. I still got to act the part in some sense, doing what the Grinch does. But it's hard to do that around people that I know. My hometown, they invite me to come to the parade. Naturally, I did not fly over the parade in my hometown. I knew the FAA is watching, you know, and I got to keep everything legit. So we ride around on our scooters, you know, we just hanging out with people on the ground. It was a perfect day to fly, but I did not fly. But it's hard to with people that you personally know, you know, because they know who's in that costume, you know.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
That's
but when I go out of town, like we was up in Natchitoches 2 years ago, last year, they had a band just stepped off the stage. I play drums. Okay, I play drums at my church.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I've been playing the drums for my church. I don't know, probably 15 years or
Look
so.
at you.
You know, and well, anyway, like we was up at Natchitoches cutting up, acting the fool. The band just stepped off the stage and nobody was on the drums. Guess what
Oh
I
my gosh.
done? Guess what I done?
You were in the Grinch costume though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's
I
cool.
would not have done that, you know, and I
Played
don't want
Wipeout.
Grinch gets in trouble, you know. And the one of the leaders of the band was still out and about, you know, and he got on that mic and he turned to me and he really he was fussing me, you know, for he like those drums don't belong to you. I'm like I don't care, you know. And anyway, I continued playing the drums a little bit, and I had a crowd out there laughing, you know, because I was just being rebellious, you know.
No, not you.
No, not me, the Grinch.
No.
Yeah.
Which did you get up there and play Wipeout?
No, I just got up there and just started playing some rhythm, you know, just cutting up and just making a scene, making people laugh, cut up. You know, when I got off the platform, you know, different ones come running up to me and started taking pictures and stuff. Lindy, you remind me of this lady that came up to me and she wanted a picture with me and. You know, so I put my arm around her, and that wasn't good enough. So she grabbed a hold of my hand like this, and she put it right there on her boob. You know, that's how she wanted. You know, but you'd be surprised. I have more trouble with women with that Grinch outfit. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
they come up. What I supposed to do? Like tell them no? They come up to me and they throwing their legs across me. Then they grabbing a hold of my hand, putting it on their butt. And that's how they want the picture. Yeah.
Just
Well, you
like it
can't
is for
disappoint.
you, it is for them. They don't know who they're doing that to, so
And
they
I'm
can
sitting,
get away with it.
I'm sitting there in front of my wife, grabbing other women's boobs and butt cheeks.
In your Grinch costume, in your
The whole
Grinch
time he's like, this is
Correct me.
terrible, honey. Trust me, this is terrible.
I am not enjoying this at all. I'm doing it only for the pictures.
I
But
mean that you do that in your Grinch costume, right? Right. Tell me that you don't normally.
He doesn't do it in his Speedos, I'm sure.
Because yeah, he probably would be in trouble.
Yeah, so for now on, I'm just going to stay in the Grinch outfit.
There you go.
I can get away with it that way.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. Wow, play the drums. Good.
Well,
I
the
got
other,
I got my first set of drums probably when I was 8 years old. I am now. I'm 46 years old. You probably wouldn't have thought that. You probably thought I was 30, right?
I thought
Oh,
you were
yeah.
29, man, but okay.
yeah,
I'm calling
29, 30.
Yeah, that's it.
But
Yeah,
another-
turning 40 this summer. Yeah.
No, we don't have a mega church or anything like that, but we don't have a small church. But we did recently build a brand new church, and our church sits around 1,000 people. We didn't build it big enough. Every Sunday we putting chairs and stuff out. But you got to understand though, Oakdale is 7,500. That's our population. Ballpark 7,500. We have a federal prison here in Oakdale. Those are tax dollars. So they are counted. So there's 1,500 people in the federal prison,
Yeah,
And
stay out of there though. Don't get
yeah,
any
but
idea.
so now
Okay.
you gotta take that number away from the 7,500, and that is our true population, of Oakdale. And so there's roughly 6,000 people I would assume, in Oakdale, as far as counted as our true population. And we have every Sunday morning on an average, plus or minus around 1,000 folks, so for a small town and have 1,000 folks on Sunday morning, that's a good number,
Yeah.
But
That's
we
awesome.
already got in the making to even expand to our church now. Expand it out to sit another 800. I think it's 400 per wing, and it'll be 2 wings. It'll be additional 800. That's all in the making. But yeah, so I've been playing for our church though for roughly somewhere around 15 years. I still suck.
I don't believe it. No way. No way.
Hey, Scuba, there's a couple more questions there on.
Yeah, I was trying to get to them. Well, I mean, one of them I don't really want to entertain the whole question, but I'll get part of it. And that does that Grinch mask affect your visibility at all?
All right. So, a lot of people has asked me that. They like, oh, that's why I hit the power line. But besides that, no, when I got the Grinch outfit, I show it to you here. The first thing I had to do was cut the eyes out, make them bigger.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at some of the photos, you'll see the white through the Grinch outfit. But sometimes it depends on where I'm going. I got some green paint, and I would actually paint all this green. That way, when you put the costume on, you don't see the white, and it looks really cool when I paint my eyes. What don't look cool is when I'm not wearing the mask and I have to stop at a convenience store and I got green makeup on.
Kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle.
Ninja Turtle. So I hate putting in the green makeup that we put on. I'll be in the shower scrubbing. I'm like, is it off? And she's like, nope. And she gave me some more of her face makeup remover stuff, and I put it on. I go to scrubbing, and she's like, here, let me help you. Yeah. But so the hat, I had to sew it on. It came separate from the mask, so I got stitches I don't know, I can't sew, but I did. I put some stitches in it to hold the mask on the hood on the mask. This here, can you see it? I had to stitch it down because this is flapping in the wind when I'm flying. So I stitched it down to keep it from flapping. Like I said, I cut the eyes out. The mask, when I put it on, it wants to shift around when you're flying. And it ain't so bad during flight, but when you're trying to launch and you take off running and you got a mask doing it,
Yeah.
you know, that's a little hard. So what I done, see the strap
Yep.
and it stretches.
Yeah.
So when I put it on, I sewed it where it keeps the pressure pulled back. That way it fits my face, so it's not shifting around. I mean, I'm giving all my secrets away. So next year, next Christmas, we're going to
There
have
you
like
go.
100 different Grinch flying around.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, the one Eric Bird, I think that's his name, that got a lot of hits on TikTok and stuff. I think like Dallas, Texas, Texarkana County area. Well, he contacted me. He's like, "Where'd you get your Grinch outfit? Where'd you get your shoes?" You know, and he got all that. Then he's like, "Man, it's how do you fly with that?" You know, and I told him everything that I'd done to it. You know, and the shoes is little pointed shoes. You know, I gave him the link. You know, because they didn't come with the outfit. You know, I shared the link to him. So he has the same outfit that I have. He fixed his up the same way I did.
So imagine how much fun you could have if there were a bunch of Grinches. Man, you could just like tear up the town and blame it on some other Grinch.
My buddy
Yeah,
flies
That's
as
what
the
you want, man.
Grinch. Yeah, my buddy flies as the Grinch and an elf. And then he wants a Bucky's costume so that he can fly in that too.
Yeah,
matter
that's
of
pretty
fact, it's somewhere's up north. I don't know if it's New York, New Jersey, somewhere's up there. They got one guy dresses as Santa Claus, and he has maybe a reindeer on his trike, and then they had the Grinch that flies a paramotor.
Mhm.
I think it was last year. They had some kind of benefit thing going on. The weather was too bad. They still had the benefit. They had a good turnout, but they didn't get to fly. Uh, but I remember him contacting me, those guys, and they used a lot of my pictures of flying because they never flew the Grinch yet, you know. So he asked for permission to use some of my photos to put out on their flyers and stuff for whatever benefit they was doing. So they used a lot of my photos of as flying as the Grinch, you know, for their benefit. But yeah, I got a lot of attention with it. It's been fun. I don't know what goes on from here, you know, with it. I don't want to wear the Grinch out, you know, especially, you know, in Oakdale or Elizabeth or Lake Charles. You know, I like to try to, like next year, I really would like to take it to another town, you know, somewheres where people hadn't seen it. 'Cause it's like going to the movies. Do you like going to the movies to watch the same movie?
well. Once a year, though, you got to think about once a year. I like to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer once a year, but
Yeah, but so
not all the time.
the first time that I went to Lake Charles as Flying Grinch, I guarantee you we had over a couple of thousand folks showed up. A lot of folks showed up.
All you need now is some Tesla coils to put around your cage so you can shoot sparks off of your cage. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So the first year, here's what I did do. The first year is just the Grinch, right? The second year I went to Lake Charles. That's when I actually had Rachel dressed as the elf, and we did some tandem flying. I think you posted a picture a while ago. You know, so I was trying to come at it in a different approach. You know, without just being the Grinch doing the same thing that he did last year. You know, so I do try to throw something up, you know, to keep it from being so boring, you know. I don't know.
I don't think it's boring. I think people look forward to it every year.
That's what I'm thinking. They're looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
yeah. And a
So
lot of what happened? Huh? Who? No. She's telling me about the time. How long we been on there?
An hour and a half.
Yeah, only an hour and a half. It's not
But you
that
gotta-
much. Not that long at all.
Yeah.
Let's do the screenshot
All
Well,
right,
let's,
so Sean,
thumbnail.
Yeah.
what are you gonna, what I want to know is how are you gonna top next year? How are you gonna top this year?
Well,
What do you
see,
do next year
Yeah.
to top this year's?
this,
It's
this year I hit the power line, you know.
like,
I don't that it's gonna be hard to top that one, you know.
you got a year to think about it.
I got a whole year to think about it, you know.
Don't go. Oh, Santa go or Grinch goes in the swimming pool because we already know you don't want to go in the water. So
Hey, let me tell you something.
me.
Honestly, think about this. If y'all have never flew with a costume on, it's hard enough with a bunch of lines in your hands trying to pull the wing up, you know, without having something. So I got these gloves on and they hairy. And the hairs want to get caught up in the lines. They want to get caught up on when you squeeze the throttle. They want to get hung up in the throttle. So I had to go trim some of the hairs around the throttle. But so I got this mask on, you know, I got these crazy shoes on that's not made for running. You know, it's a challenge, you know, wearing this costume. It truly is. And
Yeah.
before I even go fly, I get everything buckled, snap, you know, all my risers and everything set up. And then I put the mask on and then I put the gloves on because it's a challenge. And when I'm flying like in Lake Charles, especially after the drowning and stuff like that, and the fear of drowning, picture this here going in the water. It's already hard enough when I land to take all this crap off.
Yeah.
You know, if I went in the water with those gloves on, with this mask on, trying to unbuckle in the water, oh man, that'd be a freaking nightmare.
Yeah.
You know, I am very, very cautious of doing this. So I hadn't got harassed too much. Some people is going to be a computer warrior, you know, call you out. But, you know, even with this hitting the power line, they had some on Paramotor forum, you know, they gave me a hard time. I tried to, I really didn't even try to explain myself too much. Sometimes all you're doing is feeding the fire, you know. Sometimes I just get my mouth shut. There's a couple of times from some people that's well known in the community, you know, would speak up and say something, you know, and then I might say something, you know. But I really didn't get harassed, you know, as much as or criticized as much as I thought that I was going to. You know, matter of fact, a lot of people praised me. I say praise, I don't know how to really say it, but I didn't run from it. I took on what I done. You know, I knew I guess in some sense, yeah, in some sense it was illegal, but FAA didn't argue with me. That's why they didn't find me. You know, a lot of people see a 4-second clip and all of a sudden, I shouldn't have been flying there. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. You know, and I even had one person. Matter of fact, he's commented today on the post. You know, because I questioned him. I'm like, so I should have died. You know, and he's like, yeah. You know,
Wow.
yeah, really. So I've had some people would be harsh, you know, and try to throw the law of the book at me, you know. But off a 4-second clip, you can't really see what honestly took place. You can't make a ruling, you know. So, but I didn't take too much of that to heart, you know, when I did see criticism, you know. But it really wasn't as much as I expected it to be.
You'll be forgotten next month when somebody else does something dumb.
Probably.
It's gonna
When
happen.
Yeah.
somebody else is going to run into a power line, into a tree or something silly, and you'll be forgotten to be like, wasn't that a Grinch guy? I forgot who it was, but you know, he did something. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, but
you'll be forgotten.
Yeah, but we say that, you know, I've always worked for myself. I don't know, you know, I've always, my dad was a contractor. He raised me into this. And at one time I got sick and tired of dealing with people, dealing with the general public, you know, going in their houses working on their roof, or, they was always my boss. A lot of people says, you work for yourself, you're the boss. No, I'm not the boss. The people I work for is the boss, and, if they tell me to hang a door upside down and I'm getting paid for it, I just better hang it upside down, even though I know it's not the right way to do it, but, I got tired of working for myself a little while. I still work for myself, but I went to work for Roy Mort. I shouldn't have put the name out. I went and worked for this OSB company, and it's a brand new company. And I worked there for 3.5 years. And you'll work 7 days out of 14. You'll work 2, off 2. You'll work every other weekend. And so they had a schedule. Well, the days that I was off for extra money, that's when I would do my roofing. I would never quit roofing. A lot of people are like, oh, I hate roofing. I would never roof. Yeah, but I make more money in one day roofing than a lot of people will make all week or 2 weeks or whatever. Roofing is good money. It's a lot of headache,
That's some hot work right there. Daggum that. I've done it.
Come to Louisiana in the middle of the summertime, and as soon as you walk out, where you live?
Well, I was in Georgia when I did roofing, so yeah.
It's still hot there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But
Will almost stole your thunder, because Will almost hit some power lines and he was wearing red shoes.
I was, but not the Grinch out.
He didn't have the Grinch costume, so he probably wouldn't even made the news. I think that Grinch costume gave you some definite bonus points.
Oh yeah. But we talk about the Grinch, in a month from now probably be vanished, Yeah, but a lot of times when I do something, the attention hangs around me for a while. Back to Roy Martin, I got fired from out there. I gave him a good reason to be. And here it is. It's probably been, I think it's been 17 years, and my name still lives out there.
Wow.
I ain't gonna tell the story. Put it this way: the sheriff department had to get involved. I even went and flew there after some time. Years went by, and I learned how to fly. And I even flew out that way. And they got a crane operator that sits up 100 feet up in the air that unloads the 18-wheeler, the log trucks and stuff. I didn't fly over them. I flew like on the side of them, waved at them. But this is little bitty old Oakdale, and that's one of the world's largest OSB plants, and so they all know who I am that's flying, because nobody else flies these things around here. And they know that, okay, he got fired from here, and what they don't realize is they don't own the airspace, so you can pull it up on the charts or anything like that. I'm not doing anything illegal, but they just know it's me, and that made them so freaking mad that I show up, and I'm flying around their facility, and they got a pond out there, and I went and foot dragged their pond. They called the sheriff department and stuff, and the sheriff department said, look here, I'm sorry, y'all don't own the airspace. There's nothing y'all could do to him. He's not doing anything illegal, But they were just mad that I showed back up out there. But they was on the security cameras watching. And then the security cameras could not tell if that was my prop blast that was putting the wake on the water, or was I actually foot dragging the water, making the water splash and stuff, And it's because they did put I guess a restraining order on me in some sense. Because when I left there, I want to give you a good reason. If I want to get fired, I want to get a good enough reason to get fired. and still yet today, my name still lives on out there. But they went back and watched a video, and that's trying to figure out if I was touching their property or not. So the sheriff came to my house, and he asked. He said, "Did you touch that water? Did you put your foot on top of that water? Because they own those." I'm like, no, that must be my prop blast. But yes, I was foot dragging it. So my name, a lot of time when I get in trouble, gets attention. It seems to linger. So I seriously doubt in a month from now the power line incident is going to be dead.
Hey, let's do a thumbnail.
Yeah. Thumbnail. Watch.
I don't know, because you got Hay Bell Waller, and you may be Shaun Powerline Hayden.
Hey, my nickname is Sparky.
Okay, Sparky. There you
go.
Are you ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3. We got it. Oh, you didn't have the Grinch outfit.
Oh yeah, let's do it. You ready?
Oh yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet. Now I gotta get back up here. Easy peasy though. Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the screenshot and you guys are frozen. There you are.
Oh, there's his eyeballs. I was like, where's his eyes? Okay, now.
Ah, where my gloves at?
All right, you ready?
Ready.
2 and 3. We got it.
Nice.
Hey, Linda.
Linda.
Was
Oh,
she-
she's
Yes, yes, dear. Yes.
didn't you want a selfie? Didn't you want a selfie?
Oh, yeah, yeah. What, when you.
Here we go. You
Yeah,
ready?
on the chat.
Now, do
Okay.
you want the Grinch or no Grinch?
Sure, put the Grinch in there.
Oh, come on. All right.
Okay, I gotta get position here. Okay, there you go.
Just another one of your groupies.
All right.
You got
Hey, my turn. I
Yeah.
want one.
All right. Hold on.
Put that mask back on.
Oh, that's so fun.
You already got one, Shaun.
I know, but I was like, nah.
Got one with him. All right, go to somebody else.
Oh.
Go to somebody else.
Who's next?
Who's next?
I already got one.
just pick one.
Oh, now I see it.
Oh, there you go. That makes it even easier right there. Look
Who
at
else
that.
was missing?
There you go.
There's
Steve.
Steve.
Did we get
Hey.
I love
it. Steve like, hey. Wait, you got to get Jim.
Yeah,
We
Jim.
get Hold
Get
on.
Jim.
Hold on. We're gonna get one with all y'all.
Jim's looking down.
He looks so, oh yeah, there you go.
Jim looks so freaking like cozy warm tonight.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like,
This is my Costa Rica sweater.
he's like the winter sweater model.
There's
Are you
Will.
ready?
Ready?
There's catalog.
You know what's hard about this with that?
What's that?
So when I was on y'all show, how long ago was it?
Episode 124, season 3.
See this nappy stuff I got going on?
Look at all that hair.
I didn't know that.
Just curly.
Oh, it's curly, all right. I put gel in it and comb it, and it just springs right back up. So it's been over a year since I've cut the back of my head. Yeah.
Kitty. I'm
So
kidding.
somebody was asking about whether you do acro. Obviously you do because you do the barrel rolls. But I was wondering, you said you like the Hadron XX a little bit better than the Hadron 3. And is that
I just
primarily for acro?
Well, I love I like to feel the wing. So remember I said I'd never done a barrel roll before, flying the Grinch outfit? That's when I was flying the Piper. To me, when I fly the Piper, my Hadron, when I pull on it, it actually dives. You want to throw yourself up over the wing to set yourself up to do a barrel roll. And I hadn't got the technique down. So I'm not dogging Piper. I'm just not comfortable on the Piper, and I hadn't got used to flying it as much as my Hadron SX. But when I pull the ITV Piper around trying to set it up for a barrel roll, I actually got to work it harder to throw myself up and over. I guess maybe it's poor technique. I don't know. But to me, the ITV has a tendency to want to spin more versus throw me up and over the top of the wing. And so I just hadn't flown it enough to feel the wing, to learn it. You know, so it's not the wing, it's me, of course. So that's the reason why I never done a barrel roll before on the ITV Piper, because at Christmas time, it's red and it fits the Grinch or whatever, you know, it just looks cooler because of the color thing. But the first time that I flew the Grinch outfit on the Hadron XX, I took the Grinch outfit up and immediately went up there and did a barrel roll with it because I'm comfortable on that wing, you know. So it's not nothing knocking ITV, but it's just I can get off my street bike and get on yours and hate yours because I like the way mine sits. You know, I mean, I'm comfortable with my bike. It might be the same identical bike, but yours might be set up different than mine, you know. But
So do you like, do you do other types of acro?
I don't know. I don't know. For like, you know, I've been flying 10.5 years and I've never done a set. You know, Fabrizio, for example, there at Houston PBG, before he ever done a set, you know, Chris Montez, you know, different ones. I know exactly how to do one. I just never done one. Fabrizio, I was telling him everything I knew about doing a set, and next thing I knew, the next day he was at the beach and he was throwing down, and he called me and he's like, and he's sending me links of his videos of him first doing his sets. But I know how to do them. I don't know why. Just, oh yeah, I will, Lindy. I'm fixing all of them. I do big wing overs. I throw myself over the top in there and do spirals, you know. But I don't know. As far as going up, collapsing my wings, I never did any kind of collapse.
And when you're doing the rolls,
Yeah,
you've got a Insta360 with you there?
yeah, I got it.
How do you keep that attached?
It's a 4 foot long pole when you extend it out, you know. And
No, but are you just sitting on it, or is it
yeah,
attached to your paramotor?
I just pick up my leg and stick it under my butt and sit on it. You know, I've dropped 2 of them. I'm on my 3rd one.
I hear
Oh,
other people
really?
have dropped them too.
So yeah, but here's what happened. So the Grinch, that's something that got this started. But my church wanted me to hold on. Let me send this. Hold on. I want to send this to you before I tell you.
You're sending it to our chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Shaun, I've lost 2 Insta360s in one day.
What?
That was an expensive day.
Wow. You
Yeah,
might
man.
want to try to tether your Insta360 pole or something.
Oh yeah, one of them just fell right off the tip of the pole.
No.
Will got a brand new Best Buy credit card. He just wanted to try it out a few times.
Yeah, I just wanted an excuse to get a new
All right,
camera.
I just posted it.
Easter bunny.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool, the Easter Bunny.
So my church was like, hey, you know, I said to Grinch, why don't you fly over? Well,
You want to share this on here too? I can.
yeah, you can.
Okay.
So my church want me to drop this plastic eggs, you know. It looks a little evil.
It does. Stephen King evil.
Yeah, it does. Stephen King evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see your balls are hanging kind of low there.
Yeah.
You got to have them to do some of the stuff I've done.
how much does that weigh, and how do you have that attached? How's that attached?
So you'll see on my left hip right there, you see that little yellow strap going back toward my my carabiner?
Yeah.
So I have on each side of the bag, I put a little towel so I can tie it to my carabiner. That keeps that, where's the camera? It keeps that bag of eggs shifting left and right by tying the left and right side off. And then I got it on my shoulder strap is what it's really hanging from up here.
Okay.
So I went to a local sewing shop and had that lady, I told her what I wanted, and you can see that zipper goes from the top all the way down to the bottom. That way, in flight, I can sit there and unzip it, and the eggs will fall out between my legs on the ground.
Okay. Cool.
But I didn't want to unzip it, and or I'll be flying, and that sack of eggs go all to the left side, or go off all to the right side, or bouncing around. That's the reason why I got it tied off on both sides. So I had to think about that a little bit before I actually done it.
Some engineering that goes into this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no
so
kidding.
here's the thing. You can't, we had the public, they all knew I was showing up as the Easter Bunny, you know, and on me dropping eggs. And well, I can't just plan, you know, 2 or 3 weeks in advance, you know, the weather, the forecast, you know. And outside my kitchen window, I have a windmill. You know, it's probably about 8 foot tall, and the wind blows, and you see it turning. It don't turn all that often. And this particular day that we're going to do the egg drop, when I looked out the kitchen window and I seen that windmill turning, I knew it's going to be a windy day. And the wind didn't die off. It actually picked up. And the church is surrounded by trees. I'm not by the church right here, but you see how you got trees around me? It's sort of like that at the church too.
How long is that tail on your wing?
That is 75 foot. Amazon
Nice.
special.
Really?
Oh yeah. So you go underneath the kite streamer.
Kite streamer. Okay.
It's
And
tubular.
where do you attach it onto your wing?
To the very back of the wing. You know how the lines go to the wing, the back of the wing has a little loops, the little hooks, little loops or whatever the line hooks to.
Right on the trailing edge, on the
Yeah, trailing edge.
like the D lines?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Back. And so it comes with a little clip, like a bobby pin kind of clip.
Okay.
I just hook it to that.
All right.
I never,
I guess there's not a lot
I've been flying it for several years. And that kite streamer, I don't even know it's back there. It's never affected my wing. Some people are like, oh, you shouldn't have it back there. I've never had anything bad happen to me. I never had, I mean, especially because of that streamer.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's fun. It just shows off. It looks cool, you know. I got one that I pick up with my feet that's like, I don't know, 300 feet long. That's sexy right there.
Sexy, and you know it.
But so I went and dropped the eggs for the church. They probably won't ask me to do that next year. So remember I said I looked out the kitchen window and it was the wind mill was spinning.
Yeah.
It was really windy. And what happens when it's really windy and you flying at treetop height?
Yeah, a lot of turbulence.
Yeah. Look here. It was collapsing my wing. The left side would collapse. The right side would collapse. It was that bad. Remember I said I dropped the Insta360 camera?
Yeah.
Well, I was practicing away from the church over the woods area. And so I got my hands off of the brake toggles and I just pulled out the Insta360 camera. You know, I'm trying to get it stretched out, turned on, trying to sit on it, you know, so I'm not hanging on too much. I'm not feeling the pressure, you know, I'm just letting that wind throw me and rock me around. Well, just out of instinct, just immediately just responding, I guess, to the wing, I got slapped really hard with maybe some rotor or something. And just, I had the stick in my hand. I didn't even have time to sit on it yet. I just pulled it out, just turned it on, and I just stretched it out. And I didn't even have time to sit on it. And my wing got slapped so hard. I just remember reaching up and grabbing a hold of my brake toggles, you know, so I could keep pressure in my wing. Well, when I done that, I let go of
something, didn't you?
Oh no.
Yeah, there's $500.
Yeah.
You know, you can get yourself an air tag and put that on there, and you can find it with an air tag.
Yeah, I thought of that. I was supposed to have done that, and I still got an Insta360 camera that I have not done that.
Yeah, those air tags might save it.
Yeah. So needless to say, so that bag right there, remember I was telling you about these little straps that go to the left and right side to keep that sack from flopping around?
Right.
That wind was so bad, my wing tilts. My pastor, he even told my wife to call me and tell me to land.
Wow.
He said, I don't care if he drops the eggs or not. He said, I just want him safe on the ground.
So they knew I was fighting it. My wing tips was collapsing on me, slapping, and I was determined I'm dropping these eggs, Look here, that wind, it slapped me so hard, it jerked me. One side of that sack ripped. And now it caused all my eggs not to stay centered. They all went to the left side. and when it did, when it ripped, it tore a pretty good sized hole in the side of that sack. And eggs came out of that rip and went through my prop.
Oh no.
So
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so yeah, so shredded eggs. Hey, speaking of that though, my pastor did tell me, matter of fact, what is today? Monday? Yesterday, Brother Greg came up to me and he said, look here, we're gonna invite the Easter Bunny to come back. And he wants me to fly, I guess, and for them if the weather permits. But he said we're just going to leave the eggs, on the ground. Yeah.
Watch this year be like the smoothest buttery air ever
Yeah.
on Easter.
That's if your car is acting up, and every day it's acting up, and I've got to bring it to the shop because it's acting up. When you bring it to the shop, guess what's going to happen?
Be fine.
Oh yeah, and they can't fix it if it ain't a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if I stay at home or if I go fly without the eggs, it'll probably be butter smooth. I'm gonna wish I had the eggs.
That's the problem with I had a similar situation with the gender reveal not too long ago. I mean, when you plan
You still
something,
trying to figure out if you're a male or female or what?
yeah, I think I'm a male. I haven't figured it out yet, but the thing is that you got all these people waiting for you, and it's very similar to the get there-itis. You know what I mean? It's like you got to do it now, and you feel compelled, but I mean, no, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, in the day, of course, that I did it, it was bumpy as all get out. Of course, trying to hold 2 cans of that spray stuff.
But they say that's how I am. I don't like flying. Not that I'm scared. I just don't like flying in trashy air. It really ain't fun.
It's not.
But like this particular day with the eggs, it was bad. I'm telling you, it slapped me all over the place. It didn't scare me. I kept flying. It's not that I'm scared to fly it. It's just I don't like it. So yeah, it was a bad day. I shouldn't have been flying. Only thing that saved me was I had run X6. But
Yeah.
it is a solid wing. I like that wing. But
Hey, so when you have the mask on, what do you use for hearing protection?
anyway, so
Oh no.
it's a lot louder.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, it is weird. One day I went flying at the beach and I decided I wasn't going to fly with a helmet on. And I guess your ears get used to the tone of the motor when you have ear cuffs on. The way the motor, the way it sounds, the way it's revved. I went flying one day without the helmet, and I like to go up Newberry Rose, cut up, play around. I did not do that day with that helmet off. I felt so out of place. I just wasn't in my comfort zone. Just the sound of the motor, like gassing on it, whipping it around. So yeah, so when I put these masks on, for sure, it's a lot louder.
They got noise canceling earbuds you can put in that would probably help you a lot when you're
I got some.
okay.
Yeah.
The Bose do you use?
I have a Samsung Galaxy, so I have a Samsung earbuds, that's noise canceling.
Yep.
How do you like them?
I like them. I have no complaints. Just today, I hadn't tried them yet. I got the Sony, the headphones, they like $350, same price as Bose. I hadn't got to try them out yet, but I just got some in today. But they're not the earbuds; it's the headphones.
Yeah, the headphones actually work too.
I was using the earbuds for Samsung underneath my ear cups.
Yeah,
They didn't seem to work very well under there.
really. Will and I use the Bose earbuds, the wired ones that are noise canceling.
Yeah.
And it's like flying around in a, you know, a jet that's you know, completely soundproof. It's really awesome.
You know, for a long time, I wouldn't even fly listening to music because I just like to hear my motor. But in the past year, I got pretty uh, uh, adapted to the flying, listening to music. So most of the time when I go up flying today, I'm listening to music. It helps relax me and just listening to music flying to it seems like it goes together, you know. So I enjoy listening to music while I fly.
Yeah, I just use the noise canceling. I can still hear everything, but it's just nice and quiet where it doesn't, you know, hurt my ears. I
Yeah.
lost a lot of hearing.
I don't turn my volume up. I still want to hear my motor.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have it blaring. I hear the music, but I hear my motor as well. But yeah, I think since the last time we've been on here, earlier we was talking about I bought me one of those Mercedes vans. You know, I did a complete build on it. Have y'all seen any of the pictures of my van?
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we built it.
Got my curiosity up now. I'd love to see some pictures.
Well, so what's your when we bought the van, it was completely stripped down. It was just a metal box. I remember driving it home after we bought it. We was on the interstate. Me and my wife couldn't even hardly talk to one another. It was echoing so bad, you know, in there. Uh, so we got it looking really nice now. I put like $15,000 in my between the solar panels. I got Master Vote is the brand that I went with the inverter and the 460 amp hour battery. You can charge my battery through the alternator. I'm trying to find the van. Okay. You can charge it through solar panels, or you can plug it into like a 30 amp plug, you know, or even a 110 plug. So here's the inside of the van.
Are you sending them to the messenger?
Put the chat on Messenger.
Wow. That's like an RV in there.
That's the van on the outside.
You want me to share it, screen share it for you?
Yeah, sure.
That's the only thing that's missing is a will fly sticker on the side of it.
Hey, send it. I put it on there, baby. So I have a that's a RTX AC unit on the back of the van. That thing is cold. You know, if we go to bed at night and we're in the 90-something range percent, we wake up in the morning, you know, at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we'll be around 70, you know, 65 to 70%. You would
That's
think
amazing. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty inside.
you would think running that AC all night that it's going to completely drain the battery, and it don't. It averages somewhere between 20 to 25 amps, you know, per hour. And that's a 460 amp hour battery. So you divide 460, you know, roughly on eco mode between 20 to 25 amps per hour. That's how many hours it could run before it goes dead, the battery.
A big battery, man. Or is it a phantom batteries?
Just that, it's one single battery, and just that battery is $7,000 plus tax.
What?
Wow.
People want to know how do you use the bathroom? Okay, so here's my next picture.
No way.
You can't even tell it's there. So I got 500-pound rails, and you just open up the door and slide that thing out and take a crap.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was a refrigerator.
I was gonna see my refrigerator.
Don't put your milk in there, Will.
But it's right next to the
Oh.
microwave, so it's
So you wanna, so let's say
You can
you're
eat.
driving and Rachel says, I gotta go, I gotta pee. And so you keep driving. And
Yeah.
let's say, I'm just picturing, you know, trying to sit down that thing and you have to stop.
No, I just don't slam on the brakes.
Yeah.
Over any speed bumps.
So
Oh, speed
Oh
bump.
my gosh.
here's my so you set the temperature on that ice chest. You don't put no ice, you plug it in. and you set the temperature. So I got the one side is set as a freezer, and the other side is set as my refrigerator.
Dang.
Look at the little staging there. Is that a little cowboy boot?
Little rubber boots with some black.
So you'll see above it, I have
I love it. I love it.
So that's my shower, the one you was just on. So I got a 40-gallon water tank, and I have a water heater that's underneath the kitchen sink. And so, we got hot and cold water. We want to take a shower. We throw a curtain up on that back door. We open it up and throw a curtain across.
Right.
Now, honestly, I don't care. I go out there in my boxer briefs. I don't care where we at, and I take my shower. I try to get my wife to do that too. She just won't do it.
No, she doesn't like
You
Rockford
think?
beef. That's why.
Yeah, we've been at Walmart parking lots sometimes, staying the night, or
I'm kidding.
truck stops. We even had this truck. I was gonna go to Love's truck stop and pay $18 for a shower. I got one, and they had this trucker parked next to us. He's like, "Look here, I'll buy you a shower. If y'all need a shower." I'm like, "No, we got it. We good."
Yeah, I'd be the same
What do
way.
you what do you use for heat? Do you use a diesel heater or what?
So I have a diesel heater. It's underneath the passenger seat.
Right.
You better put it on low. I have
Friction doesn't bother you?
the diesel heater. I have it plugged. That's a diesel. The Mercedes motor. It has a diesel for fuel, right? So I actually don't use that 3-gallon jug that comes with the diesel heater. I actually bought some fuel line and I ran it and tied it into my diesel line that feeds off the van.
That's nice. But you'd still hear the clicking though, wouldn't you? The clicking sound, does it make a clicking
I don't.
sound?
I really. The pump is underneath the van.
So you don't hear it.
Uh-uh.
That's nice.
When it's running, you got that pump that's pumping the diesel,
Mhm.
and it's underneath the van, so no, you don't hear it.
Let's have
Uh,
some-
Oh, man, Shaun, and Rachel, it was wonderful having you on here. I gotta take off, but it
I
was
do
really
too,
cool.
unfortunately.
It was really cool to hear from you guys again, and I'm so glad that everything that you got out of the lines safely.
Yes.
Oh, wow, there's him
And
building it.
So
That's pretty cool.
thankful that you shared all this stuff too. It's because I do think it was a tremendous value.
yes,
for
sir. I
everybody.
appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely.
You guys have a great evening. See you guys.
Yeah.
All right, Jim, be safe.
Have a good one. Keep all that
Cheers.
maple syrup smelling money to yourself.
Will do.
I'm gonna have to run too, guys.
All right.
This was
Well,
really fun. This was really fun.
It went by really quick. So how long we been on here now?
Ah.
we've been streaming live for 2 hours, but we had that half an hour of pre-show, so 2 hours. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, we didn't hit that 3-hour mark like last time we were on, but we did
How
pretty
many
good.
people are in the,
Oh, we
how
can
many
make it
people are
3
still
hours.
in the chat?
I am a talker. I can talk.
No, this was fun.
Yeah.
Do we still have a lot of chatters?
Yeah, we're dropping down pretty quick though. We're down to
Okay.
19. So
Yeah, we lost
Thank you,
Jim.
chatters.
yeah, we lost Jim, so everybody wants to go home now. I mean, everybody's done. So anyway, yeah, been really awesome talking with you. It's been really awesome. Your van, that's really cool. I love how you've done the van, the setup there. So I guess that's where you first started, and that's a hell of a build. Maybe the next time that you come on, we can talk about how you built up your van and watch you drive around and do some fun stuff with it.
Yeah. I think we're gonna put some stabilizers on it.
That's so cool. Well, Robert bought he didn't buy it. An RV, like the thing's like 20 some years old, right? And I don't know, he talked to some lady and actually they just wanted to get rid of it, get it off the property because they were selling the house. So they just said, if you can get somebody to get it out of here, take it. So he's been in there, him and the boys have been in there working on it, and I can't wait to see it. They're refixing it up and everything. He's having a blast with it. So
Yeah.
that's so cool.
we spent a year on our van, but it wasn't consistent, working on it. We're
Sure.
working on it here and there. It's hurry up and wait, it's always waiting on this or that, or I'm trying to build it in between my jobs.
When you're working, it's hard too,
The
do
other
all
part of
that.
it,
But that thing, that's pretty. That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on tonight. Taking time
Absolutely.
with us and
Yeah, Shaun and Rachel, you've been great.
Yeah,
Really.
had a blast. Really
hold
awesome.
on, don't kill this yet. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
No, because
He's gonna send us all $500 cash app. Nice. I like that. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
okay. Who did I send this one yet? If I didn't, there's that one. There's that one.
So then we got Will Fly and then we have Sparky
That
Fly.
one.
Is
Sparky
that what
Fly.
it is now? Is that your flying name?
That one.
Oh, okay. I see. Got
Oh,
got the selfies going on. Okay, that was really
What's
awesome.
that one?
right. Are you in you're not in your van, are you? You're in your house. Yeah, no.
In the house.
Oh, there I am.
That's totally cool.
Oh, Will got two of them.
Well, yeah, of course.
Is he? That's great.
Well, there's Will,
Hey, there's Jim.
That's a good one.
Scuba,
Yeah,
Kevin.
yeah.
There look at it. That's like, ooh.
There he is. There he
Where's my good small one?
That's your new profile
Oh,
picture
hold
right
on.
there, Shaun.
Yeah, it is. Look at that right there. That is sexy, and we know it.
That one any better?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
Where's the one with your with like this with your Grinch? I thought you did one with the Grinch.
Did you do
No?
We could do one.
I thought you did one. You got everybody else with man. I'm just not worth it, apparently.
Dang, Shaun and Rachel, they got like
Hold on.
photogenic faces. I mean, they're all their pictures are like perfect.
They
All
are.
right, you ready for it? All right.
They're all perfect.
There you go.
Oh, really? I get one now. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me.
Yeah. There you go. You got a booger right here.
Yeah, right there, Shaun. Yeah.
Got a booger?
Your whole face looks like a booger.
No, I don't think I got a booger. All right.
You ready?
Cheeseburger.
Your dead cat was in the way or something there.
Yeah, I got
Oh, I don't have it.
it.
No, I don't.
They counted.
It looked like you had like a Sesame Street character there next to you.
Yeah.
The Cookie Monster.
I got the Cookie Monster.
Yes,
Here we
yes.
go. Messenger.
Well, man, I got a game to watch here because Wolverines, they're gonna be Washington tonight. I know they are.
Cool. Even got my dead cat with me. That's better than meh. Yay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yay.
Yeah, there you go.
You look so happy, Shaun. Look at you.
That's my new profile picture right there. Got the Grinch and everything.
Oh my gosh. This
That's
So you
is
see
fun.
my hat?
What does it say on it?
Because I was inverted, just like your van, right?
Yeah, and I got them on my shirts. So what happened? They had a guy seen one of my pictures of me doing a barrel roll, whatever, and he thought it looked pretty cool, and he made like a silhouette, with it. And he was like,
Oh.
man. So he asked me if he could use that image, and he said if he could, if I gave him permission, he'll make me, I think, these hats. So he made me a couple of hats. So now when I want hats made, I got a bunch of them, different colors. Anyway, he prints me my hats. I was selling them for a little while.
That's cool.
Should still do that. I don't know why you don't.
Yeah, I got shirts. Sometimes when we go to fly-ins, I bring some shirts and hats with me.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah, you're welcome to hang with us any Monday. You know where we're at on Mondays. Just jump in the Zoomy.
Yeah,
so
you
what
could be.
fly-ins are you going to this year? Planning on going to this year?
What fly-in?
All of them?
Well, for sure, Bad Apples. I'm becoming pretty good at
But-
being bad.
You're a bad apple.
Hey, look here. Last year I was at Bad Apples and I got chewed out. I about got in a fight with one of those guys. But
Why
look
is
here,
that?
if somebody's going to tell you not to do something, the best way to do it is politely. But when they come up to you, you know, start chewing you out, look, I'm the wrong person to chew out. I don't.
Mm.
But anyway, yeah.
You're like, don't let me get Grinch on you.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be at Bad Apples. I don't know what's going on yet with Endless Foot Drag. As much as I like being there, yeah, Plain Crazy. That's one of our favorite fly-ins. It's a Louisiana fly-in, you know. It's, but I don't know. I ain't never been to flying circus, you know.
Been to Purdon's?
I ain't got cool yet. I haven't
Oh
been,
man, Purdon's, you got to check it out. It is awesome.
yeah. I've been invited. It seemed like it's always something going on. I just hadn't made my way up there. I got a van to do it in.
Yeah, come on up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you
itching
go.
I'm itching to pull it out and take a vacation and get away from here for a little bit. I'm just so surrounded with work right now.
That's good.
It's like roofing. It's like when it all comes all at one time. Well, roofing's dead. We did so much roofing after Hurricane Laura and Delta. Now I'm doing shower on top of shower on top of shower. I got them lined up. I don't know how many I've already done, and I got quite a few of them, at least 4 or 5 of them, just waiting on me right now.
Yeah, that's
Good at
usually
doing something. I'm
at
good
work.
at making trouble, and I'm good at roofing. I'm good at building showers. I suck at drumming, and naturally, you see me hit a power line, so I suck.
Hey, yeah, you're quite good at you're a good electrician.
I just had to test to see. You know, if you're going to be a police officer out here, you got to be tased. And
Oh, you gotta actually be tased as part of the training?
yeah. Well, you know, I mean, how do you know what 400 or 14,000 votes feel like? I mean, if you never touched it.
Right.
It does hurt.
Take your word for it, man.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
Right.
You know those little ink pens that you push down and it shocks your finger?
Oh, yeah.
The
I don't
I've
like
seen those.
I don't like them.
gag pens?
I've
Little
never
gag
seen
pens?
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gag pens.
Yeah.
Get a little shock when you.
Yeah.
No one's ever done that to me. Thank you for not doing that to me.
Well,
Oh, you're missing
Yeah,
out.
man, you shouldn't have
No,
said that.
Apparently I'm not missing out, so thank you for
Yeah,
So-
you're missing-
Somebody needs to send him one in the mail. He'll know what we're
So
talking
you say you go to Purdon's, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, so-
Purdon's bad apple.
I just get him. I just bring my pen and get him to autograph something.
Yeah.
He's gonna feel so
Hmm.
special. He gets to autograph something for me until he gets it.
Now I know, so no autographs. I use my own pen now.
Need to borrow a pen.
Use my own pens.
Okay. All right, it's getting late. It's past my bedtime.
Yep.
Yeah. Grandpa got to get some shut eye. This doesn't come natural. I got to work on this.
Yeah. Yeah. You.
You're glowing. Yes, you're glowing.
It's been
All right.
fun, y'all.
Yeah, definitely been fun. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and you can come back on and be on the panel. You know, be a panel member. I mean, jump
Yeah.
on every Monday.
What's going on tomorrow night, Will?
Oh,
Tell us.
thank you
Bill?
for reminding me. Yeah. Tomorrow
Yeah.
night, Shaun is putting on a show. So it'll be tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on YouTube. So you can go to ppgshane.com. It'll take you right there. It's not specifically a paramotor show. We're subject to talk about anything and everything. So you've been warned.
So is this like an every Tuesday thing again, or
I
is this?
believe that's what he's doing. Yeah. Every
Okay.
Tuesday night.
Is it rated R? Or?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I guess so. Yes, no filter is our logo, so or is our motto.
There you go.
Now you gotta go on Scuba show and Scuba Vapes on Friday nights. That's a trip.
Yeah, yeah, similar, I guess. We talking, I mean, they talk about everything,
We
including.
do. Yeah, I get in there, instigate things, as I do, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
Talk about yeah, you're right. We talk about everything. So
I've been so busy so lately, I haven't been on people's shows. So I think that things are finally settled down a little bit where I'll be able to go and watch shows, be in the chat, and watch shows again. I just haven't been able to. It's been so darn busy.
yeah, well, it's winter time, so
Yeah.
no time like now, right?
No time like the president or the president.
There we go.
Right, Kevin? Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
You gotta get you a gavel, man.
Did y'all post a picture of all of us or no? Where's
No,
that
not
at?
yet, I will.
Will usually does that.
I'll make
Tighten
sure
up.
up there.
Yeah, I don't think he did it last week.
Yeah.
I mean the last one on our 200th episode. Did you? I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure I
I'll be
did.
at Torchport in May, Memorial Weekend. I'm gonna go get my third tandem.
You go, girl.
Yes, I'm gonna go for 3.
Go
It's
for
like
Who's our
it.
potato
guest on the
chips.
200th
You can't
episode?
just have one tandem ride. You have to you have
Hold on.
one, and then you
But
have to
have
go
you-
back and get another one.
But have you done a foot launch?
No,
Oh, you
I
can't.
don't think that would be good.
Why?
My little legs.
No,
Right across.
no. Look here. I have done thousands of tandems. I have not hurt anybody. Well, I did take this Mennonite girl up there at Kansas, and I ran out of fuel.
What? You run out of fuel? No, that doesn't happen.
Look here. We was
Oh,
going
good
down.
Lord.
Everybody done landed. We was the last folks up. The wind picked up. It was blowing pretty hard. And we're going to do a final pass so she could wave to her daddy and everybody, and she got her little bonnet on her head because she's Mennonite, and she got her dress on, but she's got leggings and stuff, And anyway, so we only about 5 or 10 feet at most off of the ground going downwind,
Oh.
waving at everybody, just grinning and smiling. Then all of a sudden my motor went bloop, 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 bloop.
Were you foot tandem or wheel tandem?
I do wheel too, but my favorite is foot. So Lindy, if you've never done a foot launch, you don't know what you're missing. But we was foot launch, and I told that girl, I said, get ready to run. So I flared. I was going downwind. I didn't have enough altitude to turn into the wind, And I flared, and I tried to put my foot down on the ground to slow it down, and hopefully we could run it out. But we was moving way too fast for that. She tripped, and I tripped, and I landed on top of her, and we got this harness is attached to the spreader bar, and her harness is attached to it. When I try to stand up, I'm trying to pick her up too, and that's just you can't with a tandem. You can't just stand up. You really need some help. And this is a little Mennonite girl, probably 18, 19, maybe 20 years old or whatever. And I'm laying flat on top of her. And here comes Daddy.
Jeez,
Here comes Daddy. I just look up at him and wave, smiling. We had to wait for them to get there to help us stand up, because I was trying to stand up. I was really trying to get off of her.
wow. Well, at least nobody got hurt.
No, we both. She turned around and she looked at me. She said, you okay? And I said, yeah. I said, you okay? She said, yeah. And she reached up and gave me a high five. Oh yeah, it was fun.
So Shaun, I did put the 200th one in there, but I've done it again. So it's in
Okay. I must have missed it one, so thank you.
the one with the Santa hat. That was the Christmas one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
Shane.
Shane. Yeah. Okay, good deal.
Cool.
Thank you.
Keep
It's
talking.
all right.
Make it 3 hours, guys.
What's that?
So we keep talking. We're gonna make it 3 hours.
Yeah, I think we all need to go.
Yeah, gotta shut it down.
I shut it down. I'm getting tired too. I'm ready to fall out.
Am I that boring?
What's that?
Am I that boring?
No, I
No,
am
man.
exhausted.
Oh my God, this was the longest show ever tonight.
Yeah,
I'm just
I've
like,
never gone
oh
3
God, we done yet?
I can feel bad.
No, I was up at 2
All
o'clock.
falling asleep.
No, I was up at 2 o'clock this morning, so you know it's been a
Oh.
really long day for me. You know when you can't is that the violin thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, whatever. Okay. Yeah. You know how it is. But yeah, it's been awesome, so awesome. Come back and be on the panel every Monday if you want to.
Yeah.
That way you can talk a lot, every Monday with us, right?
Yeah.
I'm
I
still
know
up.
he will. He'll miss us. He'll say,
Yeah.
I have to go. I have to get on that show on Monday. So yeah. Yeah. You have all the time in the world, priority Monday night. Come here. Come on our show.
Well, so how we end this? A group hug or what?
Goodbye.
Peace
Yeah.
out, and we're gone. Ready? What? Peace out.
Love y'all.
Howdy,
Much
5,000.
love.
And we are.
Wait a minute. What do we do? We all do like this.
Oh, okay. We'll do the hearts.
What? How you do hearts?
You just do the hearts.
That looks like a buck or something.
All
I
right.
know. There we go.
There we go.
Oh.
And in 3, 2, 1.
Done. Love ya.